Hi friends, it's Suzanne here. Thanks for joining me for another Fabricate Friday video. I have this really cute box to share with you today. Opens like that, and inside we have an insert of designer series paper, and it just holds like a tub of, this actually was a facial product from Evanescence, and it fits on like that. Super cute. And I'm going to show you how to make it. Okay, so we're going to need our scoring tool, and we're going to do the insert first. So a piece of designer series paper. This is 5 by 5, and we're going to score at 3/4 on all 4 sides. Now, when you're scoring on designer series paper, pattern paper, thinner paper, we have a tendency to use the bigger end of your stylus, and the smaller end would be for more thicker cardstocks. Just a little tip there. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside because we have to use the big shot. The bottom base is 7 by 7, and we're going to score at 1 3/4 on all 4 sides. Okay, and then the lid, I'm going to use my little shim. Now, how I made this little shim is just a piece of cardstock, and I sort of burnished it really down. I put some glue dots on the end, but it doesn't really matter. You can leave them. And I just tuck it inside here, and that should stay put. And then what we're going to do is butt our piece of cardstock right up against it, okay? And then we're going to score this lid, which is 6.5 by 6.5, at 1.5 on all 4 sides. Oops. The trick is to absolutely making sure that that shim is in place. And 1.5. And what I like to do is just put a little piece of washi tape or whatever, and then I just sort of stick it to the side of my board for storage, so that I know that it always is going to be there when I need it. Just like that. So now we have 3 pieces here. I'm going to take the designer series paper, and I want to measure my little tub. So I'm using my layering circles, and I think it was the biggest one that fit around here with a little bit of room. So that's the one I'm going to use, and I'm just going to measure that, and just with a little bit of washi tape or whatever. I usually de-stickify it too on the back of my hand so it's not super sticky. All right, I'm going to use my magnetic plate, a clear plate, my designer series paper, and another plate, and I'll run it through the big shot. Okay, that made fast work of that. So I'll use this in a minute. Okay, so I'm just going to gently fold and burnish those score lines. And while I'm doing this, I might as well fold and burnish all the Okay, we're going to start with this one first, and I'm just going to cut our little squares out. And it doesn't have to be super neat. I'm not even going to worry about wedging. All we want to do is remove those little squares. Okay, so the inside is done. Let's work on the lid. I will pinwheel this. So basically I go up on the score line, I wedge out on both edges, and then I'm going to turn it. And then straight and wedge and wedge. Turn it, straight, wedge and wedge, and turn it, straight, wedge and wedge. Okay, so that's our lid, and now we're going to do the base, and the same thing. We're going to go straight up, wedge, wedge, turn, straight, wedge, wedge. And the reason why I choose to do the pinwheel is when it all sort of comes up like this, only one side is going to have, like, the thickness or the bulk of the tabs is going to be shared on all four sides. It's not going to be one side be thicker than the other. And for cube boxes like that, that's what I like to call them, cube boxes, I find that it works best. All right, so I'm going to put together my lid, or sorry, my base first. I'm going to flip it around, and I'm going to put adhesive close to, look at, there's cat hair, close to the score line and then the free edge, and we'll do that on all the tabs. I'll do that on this one as well. Close to the score line and free edge. Netflix while I've been doing my card making. I don't know if anybody else is watching the 100, but I'm completely binge watch that. Okay, so this is a very tight fit. So we're going to put the designer series paper sort of in, and because it's a tight fit, I really don't have to put a lot of adhesive or any adhesive on, because it will just slip in. So just like that. Do you see how tight that was? Just like that. And then your little tub of hand cream or cold cream or whatever can go on top. Now for this guy, just to make sure that it goes together perfectly, I'm going to put the lid around the base. so that you've got a decent, it'll stay on very snugly, but it will come off. Okay, so we'll just decorate the lid real quick. I used my circle framets for, this is So Saffron and this is Peekaboo Peach. I thought they went really nicely together, especially since this is the Cupcakes and Carousel and designer series paper, pattern paper. So I'm just going to put that circle that we cut out of our little holder, and I've just put the I think it was the largest circle that I'm using, and then this is just a little bit of very vanilla, and this is for you. Let me think. I think this was a Christmas stamp set. I made a couple and I had this lying on my desk, so I am trying to not waste my ink and paper, so I'm reusing this. I can't remember which one it was from though, so I apologize. I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure it was a Christmas one. But anyway, any little sentiment would go very well. And then I'm just going to use some dimensionals. And doesn't matter which way is up. There we go. Okay, so one more little decorating piece. Here's my silicone mat, and I have some extra pieces from that leftover pattern paper, and because we needed 5x5 for the pattern paper, this was basically the extra inch, so I just cut it down. And then what I'm going to do is just run adhesive along. There we go. There are our two little boxes. This one is Bermuda Bay and So Saffron, and I put the paper on the bottom. And this is Peekaboo Peach and So Saffron, and I put it on the top. So, ta-da! I'll see you again next time. Bye! Hey, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. On screen are 2 more videos for inspiration. Click on the maple leaf to visit my website, or click on me to subscribe to my channel. Thanks again for watching.